Welcome, everyone. You're listening to Crystal Clear English Podcast. Learn English the crystal clear way.
It's great to have you with us.
And today we're diving into something that sounds simple, but can be surprisingly tricky. Introducing yourself. Clearly and confidently, that is.
It's true, isn't it? On the surface, just say your name. But actually making a strong, positive first impression, that takes a bit more thought.
Yeah, we've been looking into this, and it's fundamental. We're taking a deep dive today into mastering that art.
It's a skill that really opens doors, Absolutely vital.
It really is. I mean, this isn't just small talk. It's essential whether you're, say, meeting someone new casually, trying to network effectively, or especially.
Especially in an interview situation.
Right, yeah. That's often where the stakes feel highest.
That's right. Because a confident, well-put-together introduction, it really does leave a lasting impression. It sets a positive tone for whatever comes next.
So let's dig into why it's so crucial. What are the key reasons we found that a clear self-introduction matters so much?
Well, number one, and this came up again and again, is first impressions. It's your very first chance to shape how someone sees you.
Right, that initial snapshot, it kind of frames everything else.
Precisely. It sets the stage, get it right, and people perceive you as competent, clear, confident right from the get-go.
And what else? It seems like it affects the speaker, too.
Absolutely. That's the second point. When you know what you're going to say, when you're prepared, it naturally cuts down on the nervousness.
So it builds your own confidence in the moment.
Exactly. Knowing you've got a solid opening makes you feel more self-assured, and that definitely comes across. It's like a little positive feedback loop.
I like that. Okay, first impressions boost your own confidence. Anything else?
Yeah. The third main thing is how it guides the conversation. A good intro helps the listener quickly understand who you are and, importantly, why you're relevant to them or the situation.
So it makes it easier for them to know what to ask next or where the conversation could go.
Exactly. It avoids that awkward silence where they're scrambling, thinking, okay, so what do I ask this person? It gives them context and makes the whole interaction smoother.
Right. Helps them connect the dots quickly. Wait, so we know why it's important. Let's break down the actual components. What are the essential building blocks of a good introduction?
Okay, foundationally, you have to start with a greeting. Seems basic, but crucial.
Just something polite and friendly to kick things off?
Yep. A simple hello or good morning, good afternoon just acknowledges the other person.
Makes sense? Then what?
State your full name. And the key here is clarity. Say it clearly, maybe a touch slower than your normal speech, so they can actually catch it and hopefully remember it.
Good tip. People do sometimes rush their names. So, my name is Jane Doe, nice and clear.
Perfect. After the name, you need to give some context. Mention your background briefly.
Like your job or what you study.
Exactly. Your profession, your area of study, maybe your main field. Just like a quick snapshot. Something like, I'm a graphic designer, or I'm studying mechanical engineering.
Okay, so greeting, name, background, what else adds value?
Highlighting a relevant skill or interest. This adds a bit more flavor and shows your specific strengths or passions within that background.
So for the graphic designer, maybe something like,
With 5 years of experience and I specialize in digital illustration. Or maybe I'm passionate about creating user-friendly web interfaces. Something concise that adds detail.
got it. That gives a clearer picture than just the job title.
Definitely. Then, and this is important depending on the context, explain your purpose. Why are you there in that specific situation?
Okay, so if you're at a networking event,
You might say, I'm here today hoping to connect with other professionals in the marketing field, or I'm looking to learn more about opportunities in renewable energy. It clarifies your intention for that interaction.
that makes sense. It sets expectations. So greeting, name, background, skill, interest, purpose. How do you wrap it up?
You conclude politely. Just a simple closing remark could be, it was nice meeting you, or thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself, especially in more formal settings, or even just thanks for your time. It signals you're done with the intro part.
Okay, that sounds like a really solid framework for a general introduction. Greeting, name, background, skills, interests, purpose, and a polite close.
It gives you a structure you can rely on and adapt.
Okay, now let's pivot a bit because this is where things get really interesting, especially for anyone thinking about jobs or career moves. Introductions in interviews.
Yes. This is where your introduction plays a really decisive role. It needs to be much more targeted.
Right, is your first pitch, essentially. So how does it differ? You mentioned tailoring.
Tailoring is key, absolutely.
Yeah.
It means you don't just give your general background, you specifically highlight the experiences and skills that directly match the job you're interviewing for.
So you need to really study that job description beforehand.
Exactly. You connect your experience directly to their needs. Instead of just, I'm a software developer, it's more like, I'm a software developer with 3 years specializing in Android and iOS, if that's what the role requires.
You're showing them immediately, I have what you're looking for.
Precisely. And another crucial element for interviews is mentioning a relevant achievement. Briefly.
Like a specific success story.
Yeah, but super concise. A recent quantifiable win, if possible. Something like, in my previous role, I led a project that increased customer engagement by 20%. That specific detail adds real weight.
Numbers definitely catch the ear. Concrete results.
They do. And finally, enthusiasm. You need to show genuine interest not just in any job, but in this specific role and this specific company.
How do you convey that effectively?
You could say something like, I'm really excited about this opportunity because your company's innovative approach to sustainability really resonates with my own passion for, connecting your interest directly to them.
So, tailoring the background, adding an achievement, showing specific enthusiasm, and keeping it brief, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. Brevity is crucial in an interview intro. The general guideline is often try to keep it under, say, 2 minutes, maybe even closer to 90 seconds.
Get to the point, make an impact.
Exactly. It's your highlight reel, designed to make them want to know more, not your entire life story up front.
That makes total sense. Okay, to make this even clearer, let's walk through those examples we looked at. First, the general one. Emma Wilson, software developer, at a networking event.
Right. So following that general structure we discussed, she'd start, good morning, simple greeting. Then, I'm Emma Wilson, clear name, background. A software developer with 3 years of experience in mobile app development, core field. Skills interest. I love building user-friendly applications and solving real-world problems through technology. Adds passion, focus, purpose. I'm always open to learning new frameworks and collaborating with innovative teams, why she's networking. And concludes, thank you for having me here today. Polite closing.
Okay, pretty smooth. Covers all the bases for that kind of setting. Now, how does Emma adapt that for a job interview for a mobile developer role?
Right. This is where the tailoring comes in and adding those interview-specific elements. Greeting might be, good afternoon, contextually. Name. My name is Emma Wilson. Still clear. Background, now more specific. I am a software developer with 3 years of experience specializing in Android and iOS app development. Directly relevant. Now, the achievement. Recently, I successfully launched an e-commerce app that has gained over 50,000 downloads within 2 months. Specific, measurable success. Then, the enthusiasm. I'm excited about this role because I believe my technical skills and creative mindset align perfectly with your company's vision for mobile solutions. Connects to the company. And the close. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Formal. Appreciative.
Wow, yeah, you can really hear the difference. Still Emma, still clear, but that second version is so much more focused and impactful for the interview context. It immediately screams relevant candidate.
That's the goal. Show your fit right away.
So for everyone listening who's thinking, okay, I get the theory, but how do I actually get good at this? We found some practical steps and tips too, right? It's about practice.
Absolutely. Practice is essential. One really effective exercise is just to write it down first.
Draft it out.
Yeah. Prepare different versions. Write out your standard general introduction. Then draft a specific one tailored for the kind of job interview or networking situation you anticipate. Writing helps clarify your thoughts.
Good idea. Forces you to choose your words carefully.
What else?
Record yourself. This one feels a bit awkward sometimes, but it's incredibly useful.
Using your phone?
Yep, phone, computer, whatever. Record yourself saying your introduction, then listen back, or even watch it if you use video. You'll catch things like maybe you speak too fast, or you use too many filler words like or your tone isn't quite confident.
Yeah, I can see how that would be revealing. Maybe a bit painful, but revealing. It's super helpful for self-correction. And the third big one is to practice with someone else.
Role-playing.
Exactly. Grab a friend, a family member, a mentor, and practice introducing yourself to them. Get their honest feedback. Did it make sense? Was it clear? Did you sound confident?
That real-time feedback is invaluable, I bet.
It really is. It helps you get comfortable saying the words out loud to another person.
Okay, so write it down, record yourself, practice with a friend, and there were some general delivery tips too.
Yeah, little things that make a big difference, like remembering to smile. And make eye contact, obviously depending on the cultural context. But generally, it makes you seem more open and approachable.
Nonverbals matter.
Hugely. Also, use simple, clear language. Avoid technical jargon unless you're absolutely sure your audience understands it. The goal is clear communication.
Keep it accessible.
Right. And finally, always be ready to adapt. Your introduction shouldn't be a rigid script you recite verbatim every time. Be flexible. Adjust it based on who you're talking to, the formality of the situation, the time you have.
So read the room, basically.
Exactly. Tailor it on the fly if you need to.
These are great practical tips. And, mastering skills like this, these communication fundamentals, is exactly what we're all about here. So if you're finding these insights helpful and you want to keep improving your English communication for all sorts of situations, definitely make sure you follow and subscribe to the Crystal Clear English podcast.
Yeah, we've got lots more planned to help you get your message across effectively.
So much more amazing stuff coming your way. Don't miss out.
So, bringing it all together, mastering this art of self-introduction, it really does more than just tell someone your name and job title.
It really does. It's a massive confidence booster for you, first off. And it helps you control that crucial first impression, making it strong, positive, which is just invaluable, isn't it? For building connections, for networking.
And especially for nailing those interviews we talked about, it sets a professional, competent tone right from the start.
Definitely. And with a bit of practice using these ideas, you really can learn to introduce yourself smoothly and confidently in pretty much any situation.
It just takes that initial effort to prepare and then rehearse it a bit.
Well, we hope this deep dive has given you some really practical tools and maybe some inspiration to start crafting your own powerful introductions.
Yeah, give those exercises a try.
And remember again to follow and subscribe to Crystal Clear English Podcast so you don't miss out on our future deep dives. Thank you for listening to the Crystal Clear English Podcast.
And as we wrap up today, we'll leave you with this thought. Learning another language is like becoming another person.